Hello guys, today I'll be talking about my developer workflow. I'll be showing off the tools that I use, which comprise of my operating system, the code editor, my terminal of choice, and other good stuff. So yeah, the first thing I want to show you is my operating system. So as you can see, I am running a different operating system from what you might be used to. I'm currently running Arch Linux. So Arch, I think I have a page open here. Yes. So Arch Linux is a simple, lightweight distribution of Linux, right? There are other Linux distro that you might be used to, like Ubuntu, which is the most popular Linux distro. There's Linux Mint, which is one of my favorites. Then there's Debian, there's Arch, there's Zorin, which is what I used before Arch. And there's so many distributions that you could use. But I decided to settle for Arch for two main reasons. Arch is very simple and lightweight. This means that it comes very light. In fact, it doesn't even come with a Bluetooth. You'd have to install it. I mean, it comes with the Bluetooth drivers and it comes with the sound drivers and whatnot. You essentially have to download those softwares that are needed. So this means that you have full control over your operating system, and that ties on to the second reason why I wanted Arch Linux, and that is control. So the next thing I want to talk about is my window manager. So I currently use i3, which is a tiling window manager. So a tiling window manager, where is it? Let's see, what's a tiling window manager? A tiling window manager is going to be a very good explanation. Yeah, so it's a window manager that automatically organizes the window in a way so they don't overlap. And a good example of that I can show you is this. I'm going to try and open my file explorer, and you'll notice how it opens. It does not open floating like what you're used to in Windows operating system or Mac OS, or maybe something like Ubuntu that runs the GNOME desktop. So this is basically what you call a tiling window manager. If I decide that I want to open a new app, like another app at the bottom of this, I can, let's say I want to open Alacrity. You notice that you open at the bottom of it. So you can also move these around and say I want to move these to the right, move to the left. So you can move stuff around, and you can also navigate between each files. So you can say I'm currently on Alacrity, and I can move to my Explorer. I can move back to my terminal, and I can just move around. Next thing I'll show you is my status bar here. So this is what I call the status bar. And so you can see in the status bar, we have the window indicator, which is numbered 1, 2, 3. I can open a new one, which is 4. I can navigate between them using my super key and the ID of the window I want to move to. Then here I have these things called blocks. So the status bar I use is called i3 blocks. All of these were added by me. So I can show you the configurations for this. And for that, I can just go to my log files. Let's see, config. I think I want to show you my 3 blocks. Yeah, yes, my 3 blocks scripts. And so here are the configurations for all my blocks. A while ago, they were all written in Python, but I wrote some of them using Zig because I noticed that Python wasn't very good with its memory usage. And so I choose Zig because I was also learning to write Zig. So let me show you my battery, the code I wrote for my battery status block. So I don't know if you're familiar with Zig, but you can see it's basically what it's just basically doing is it's just reading from the system files. So you can basically see all the colors that are configured. So when the battery is at a certain percentage, it turns to a particular color. Okay, so when it's full, it's this, and when it's low, it's red. You understand? This is when it's plugged in. And I also customized all the icons. So that is it about my battery configuration. I have another one here, which is the brightness. The brightness is also written in Zig. I have the CPU usage. I have another one for memory. So you see, this is for the kernel, which is the one you're seeing at the bottom of the screen here for Arch Linux LTS. And then I have memory. I have temperature. temperature, and the rest are written in Python. The next thing I would like to show you is, let me see, yeah, is my app menu. And this is what my app menu looks like. So now do a search. I can say OBS, I can do my file manager, I can say I want to open the camera, understand, I can just press escape to close it. And that's basically what my app menu is. I think the next one I have to show you is my power menu. My power menu is pretty simple. So if I just press super key escape, you can see the power menu at the bottom here. So depending on what I want, if I say L, it locks it, S sleeps, E, logs me out, H hibernate, R reboots, and Shift S, it's a complete shutdown, which is just pretty simple. Next thing is my terminal emulator and multiplexer. So I use the Westham terminal emulator, which is my personal favorite. One of the reasons why I love it is because it is highly customizable. So I'm going to show you Westham. And let's go to the Westham website. So you can see Westham is a powerful cross-platform terminal emulator and multiplexer written by Wes and implemented in Rust. A multiplexer is essentially is an application that allows you to run different terminals in a session. I think a better explanation is this. A terminal multiplexer is a software application that allows you to manage multiple terminal sessions within a single terminal or window. Let me show you what this means. So right now, if you look by the top right of my screen, I have notes. Notes is the current session that I'm in. If I want to move to another session, I have a shortcut key where I can just do my prefix of Control A and O. And then it opens this session dialog for me. I can now choose what session I want to move to. And I can just say, okay, yeah, take me to my dot files. So remember this dot file was the file I was in previously. So this is a different session from where I'm coming from. So I can decide that, okay, I want to move back to that, my notes session. And I'm back. So that's basically what a terminal multiplexer is. You can run different sessions in one terminal. One thing I want to show you is my Westham and TMUX configuration. And for that, let me switch session. I'll go to dot files and let me just close all of this. So this is my Westham configuration. It's pretty simple, nothing fancy. So all I'm just doing here is, okay, importing Westham, setting TMUX as the default multiplexer, setting my data key, and let's see, the color scheme I use is Tokyo Night, which is my favorite. Jet green is one as my font start at 11, this sort of stuff, putting the top at the bottom. There's no even any reason for this, because as you can see at the bottom here, line 27, I hit the tab bar. So if I should comment this out and save it, you can see the tab bar at the bottom of the screen. But I don't want to use that because I'm using the tab bar from TMUX. Let me just show you my TMUX configuration. So here is my TMUX configuration. So you can extend TMUX functionality with different plugins. So I have plugins. I don't really have much plugins for TMUX. I just have the basics that I need. And one thing I want to show you about TMUX is, say I want to open a new tab, I can just do a Control T and then I can see it open a new tab. If I want to open like a new pane, I can do a Control C and P. 1, 2, 3, T and V. Yeah. So that opens at the bottom. I can close all of this. I can actually close a pane by doing a Control P S X. And it asks me, do you want to close pane? I say yes. Same thing if I want to close the tab, I can just do a Control C X. I can just close it with yes. Why? Oh, I didn't close that. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so that is all I want to show you about my configuration for TMUX. Now, the next thing I want to show you is, let me see, my code editor. So I make use of NeoBeam, and NeoBeam is a very simple code editor. Let me see, where is it? Yeah. So it's built on top of Vim. It's actually a Vim-based text editor. If you heard about Vim, Vim is a very popular code editor. But NeoBeam was built on top of it as a way to extend the functionality of Vim. Yeah, so this is NeoBeam. Let me show you something. Let me switch to one of my applications I'm working on. So this is NeoBeam. I can do nvim to open NeoBeam. And when you install NeoBeam, it doesn't come out of the box like this. You have to do a series of configurations for you to get to this level. Understand? But the great thing about NeoBeam is you can configure it to your taste, and it's a keyboard-centric code editor. So NeoVim allows you, if you're a keyboard power user, you can just sit with your hands and just code. You don't have to start using your mouse to keep to move your cursor and everything. I can actually show you some. Let me see. What if I do like something like what controller? Yeah. Say if I want to replace something inside, this doesn't come directly with NeoVim. I'm just trying to show you some of the benefits of NeoVim. If I wasn't using NeoVim, using it like a different editor, like VS Code, for example, I wanted to remove the text inside of the the quotes. What I would do is I will move my mouse to this place and I will just drag and I'll just delete. Do you understand? Or I'll move my mouse, I'll come here and I'll not be deleting it. With NeoVim or with my configuration, here's what I can do. I can just do a D inside this. So what did I just do? I have a sort of like macro where I can just press D, which is kind of like delete, I, which is inner, and then I can just say, I just press the quotation key. And that is just saying delete inside of the quotation. So if I want to delete including the quotation, I can just do the D, A, and the quotation and delete including the quotation. So this is just one of the beautiful things about NeoVim is you can configure the keys to do whatever you want to do. So yeah, I think I've touched up on every part that I wanted to talk about. So that is the end of this video. I hope you find it useful. Thank you for watching. You can leave a like, subscribe, or you can just leave a comment and tell me what you think about this video. I'll gladly appreciate that. Bye.